Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 15, 16 of the Crubcast.
Wow.
We have made it, and I am here today. My name is JTart9, also known as Justin, and I'm going to throw it over to our host of the day, that being Brody on my bottom left. Hey, Brody, how you going?
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me. I'm hosting for the first time. I'm joined by the lovely Nicco All Hail Buckets. And
let's go, gamers!
That's him. And Trav, that Trav guy, Trav Bolton.
Wow, you're the first person to get my name right.
Hell yeah. And of course we have Justin, but you've already met him. He talked a second ago. He's very famous.
He's the poster boy of the stream. He doesn't need an introduction.
I don't need
Incredibly we all know Justin.
Mm-hmm. If you don't know me, it's because I'm too famous.
That's true. It comes back around. I like that it comes back around. That like everybody just thinks you're their friend. Everybody just thinks you're a guy they know.
It's genuinely just a really bad parasocial relationship.
Man, dude is so famous that
like bad because it's toxic or
overlaps?
No, bad because everyone's just like, oh, that's my friend. Like, I was at a store yesterday, and some guy just walked up to me. He's like, hey, I know you. And I'm like, no, you don't. And he's like, just gave me a handshake. And he was like, you're right, I don't know you. And then he left. And I was like,
wait, did that actually happen?
Yeah,
oh, man, I hate it when that happens.
That happened, yeah.
Dude, I hate the parasocial relationship, man. It's so...
Is that going to be our new stream topic?
Oh,
no,
God.
I just wanted to
be.
put in a tangent that I hate it. It's just like an awful concept. Like
yeah,
we'll have another episode about that.
We can just talk about the parasocial relationship, but that's not our topic today because Brody brought an amazing one to us.
Yeah. Yes, today we will be talking about God. Today we will be talking about a thing that is in a lot of video games. It's weapons. Do you like weapons? Do you like hurting people? Justin, do you like hurting people?
Is this a personal question?
I was gonna say, this seems like an attack. Not
yeah,
particularly.
Brody, he just beat the charge.
Hey, Justin, do you like hurting people?
Justin, you just beat the charges. It's okay to say it. You can't have double
the
jeopardy now.
I have defeated the allegations, and
Justin,
I am free.
You beat the allegations?
That was one of those things. That was one of those things where I was like confused as to why some people in history like didn't just come out and admit that they did it after they won the trial, because you can't be tried again.
Only
in America.
What
I mean?
I think I think if you win a murder trial and then confess to the murder afterwards, you still get arrested.
I think that's a different, because then you wouldn't be tried for the same thing.
That doesn't feel right.
What do you mean?
I mean, it feels correct, like morally, but it doesn't feel right.
So the thing is, like, you can't be tried.
I want to get away with it.
It just doesn't.
Like,
feel
what are you
right
saying,
in our
Nicco?
System. whatever.
That's a sound clip. I like that. But you can't be tried for the same thing twice, but they can try you for something else and then find you guilty of that.
Yeah.
But like, wait. Can you then get off not guilty for murder and then admit to the murder and not go to jail? Like, it's
so what they're saying is that you can't.
Yeah, if you get found not guilty, they might then get you on a parking ticket and then throw you in jail.
Right, but let's say there is no parking ticket. Like,
you just never do any other crime ever.
Yeah, you just only do that one crime, you get away with it, and then you admit to it, you don't go to jail.
Well, I mean, if new evidence comes up, they can reopen the investigation.
Yes.
No, but you're not allowed. Allegedly, you're not allowed to be tried for the same thing twice.
It can't be for the same thing, but if new evidence comes up, then it's not the same trial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of it, and I'm not claiming to. I know that for Brody's reference,
sounds like you are.
I guess a confession counts as new evidence then.
Yeah, there's a classic story. There's a classic U.S. justice system.
My favorite classic story is Aragon by Percy Jackson.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, dude. Yo, the second classic story is that there's a guy who murders his wife. Or no, a guy who gets accused of murdering his wife falsely, but she like framed him. He goes to jail, serves the sentence, but then since he actually did it, or he actually didn't do it, when he gets out, he kills her. He kills her for real in the same way, and then doesn't get tried for that one. He's already served the sentence for it. So I don't think that's real. It's not real.
If that's a real thing, that sounds like something that would happen that they would then make new laws about.
That is 100% not real. It's like a legend.
Yeah, there's no way that that's real.
No, it's 100%
I'll
BS,
make it real.
But it's
Wait, no, I won't.
yeah, you probably shouldn't.
This is not admissible in court.
I'm not married, but I love my wife.
Obviously, this is all bits. This is all bits,
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen.
But let's say, Trav, if you were to do it, which video game weapon would you like to do it with the most?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Bringing it back around. I like that.
There you go.
What's the topic? No, I'm kidding.
So we're gonna talk less about just crimes in general and more about just our favorite ways.
I can talk about my crimes.
Inflict
the sins of the father.
But I would like to start it out with Trav. The topic today is we're gonna discuss our favorite video game weapons. And
no way.
I'm gonna let Trav go first.
Oh, why are you making me go first? I don't even play video games. No.
Fine,
so
Justin.
I should say one of the first things I said earlier today, like it was like, all right, podcast is still on. I'm just like, I'm looking through everything, refreshing my memory, and I say, I don't know what to say that isn't gonna be Doom related, and then that led to Chris putting Doom in the thumbnail.
Yo, Doom in the
so
thumbnail?
like my immediate thought is just like, if I'm not talking about the BFG 9000, then I'm talking about the meat hook from Doom Eternal that just gives me a shotgun with a grappling hook. Like, there's utility in that, you know? I'm not even worried about killing things with it, like Nicco, for example. I'm worried about I could use that to get to work faster, you know?
I like the big friendly giant 9000.
Yeah, dude.
So the thing with the meat hook though is you need to have an enemy to hook him.
Yeah, Nicco.
Yeah, well, so the meat hook for me, the meat hook never worked for me, to be honest with you.
What do you mean it never worked?
Well, it never worked.
No,
it
Nicco
just,
hates
it didn't
platforming.
Click. It didn't click for me. Like, it didn't click. It's not that it didn't work. It didn't click.
Just as a refresher to anyone listening to the stream, Nicco is the infamous Buckets Challenge boy. How long did it take you again? I forget.
73 hours. 73 hours.
Yeah, it took him like 73 hours to beat Doom Eternal on I'm Too Young to Die.
Easy mode, yeah.
It's fine. My hatred for him is greatly exaggerated. But, you know, just for some context here, his issue is platforming. So I think everyone should feel the same way I do, which is not surprised when he says he didn't jive with the meat hook. Okay, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
No, you're correct. You're correct.
Trav, why did you jive with the meat hook?
Yeah. Dude, because I like putting myself on a rope and flinging myself into space like a slingshot.
Yeah, that's pretty
Dude,
cool.
that's the main thing. Have you ever played? All right.
Why did you do
did you ever play Team Fortress 2?
Yeah. I love that
So
game.
one thing that was really popular there, and it later became popular in like CS:GO maps, and you'd see people people in the commentary community having like footage of them playing Counter-Strike Surf. It came from, actually, it might have came from an older game, but I remember it because it was also in Team Fortress. And one of the things that you would do is literally just manipulate the engine in a way that lets you fly, basically. Like you could turn perfect, not fly, but like when you're in the air, you could easily strafe in any direction you want to by holding a direction perpendicular to where you're moving. So if you want to turn and keep going in your forward direction, like where you're facing, you want to hold either left or right, A or D or whatever. So like while you're turning, while you are looking left at the same time, you're holding left, and so you keep moving in the direction you're facing. So you turn, you strafe, you air strafe. And the meat hook from Doom Eternal, see, I'm bringing it back, lets you basically live out those same dreams of playing on TF2 Surf that I had when I was a young little whippersnapper.
You were a whippersnapper?
Yeah, oh my god, Trav. I'm sorry that you were a whippersnapper.
I've made it part of myself. It's okay.
It's a personality trait for him at this point. I'll say honestly that his.
Oh, I thought you were meaning the meat hook. Yeah, the meat hook is my identity.
You are a Roadhog.
He's a big Roadhog fan. No, I mean I'll piggyback off of what Trav's saying. I like weapons that give you a lot of mobility options, and the first one on my list of things that I came up with literally 30 minutes ago because my brain for some reason wouldn't get off of one specific thing, so I branched off a little bit. And I swear to God, this came into my mind before I looked at Brody, but my first one was F.L.U.D.
Oh, now I have to pick a new one. Now I have to pick
you
a new
don't.
one.
You don't.
No, you don't.
Now
Just
you
combine.
both. Now you both just have a mutual conversation because none of us have anything else in common.
Yeah, because so my brain
true.
immediately did go to F.L.U.D. because it was like it was a jetpack, it was launching you places, it was mobility, it was using it as a weapon. Like they built that whole game around F.L.U.D. Kind of like how they built enemies in Doom Eternal around the meat hook, because you would be launching yourself towards Caco demons, and you would launch yourself over there and then throw a grenade in his mouth and then explode the grenade in his mouth, and then you melee him to make Doom Guy rip his eyeball out, and then he would explode into ammo and health. It was great. And the same kind of thing could be said for F.L.U.D. because you would spray some water on the ground, you flip onto your stomach, you use that water to go across. Then you do a flip. Then you do a flip into a hover, and then you'd hover right over the gap, and then you keep going. It was like a great way of keeping your momentum up.
Yeah, no, I love the momentum in general in Sunshine, and I love how F.L.U.D. just augments his like Mario's just moveset. Like it doesn't like he doesn't have the long jump in that one, but you don't need it because you can just you can spray the water. Yeah, you spray the water on the ground, belly slide on it, and then flip. You're gonna do something cooler than a long jump. Like it's
Am I insane in thinking, personally believing that Mario Sunshine has like the best 3D Mario movement?
No, I
think
agree.
Odyssey does.
I was intrigued by.
That's fair. I forgot about Odyssey.
So I was intrigued by, Sunshine because, like, conceptually, because I did like F.L.U.D. and because, to Trav point, I did like the movement. I have played that game, believe it or not. I didn't get far in it, but I have played it. I agree with your guys' take about F.L.U.D. I think that being able to hover above the ground is cool. I think the weapon having a personality is nice.
That's also true.
Dude, you would love the Justin Roiland game.
Oh,
no, I don't. No, not like that. Not like that. I don't want groomers. I don't want a groomer weapon.
True.
But like, no, but yeah, like basically, I got to the part where you have to chase down negative Mario for a little while. That was the first time that you have to chase him, and I couldn't catch him. And that was when I stopped playing. I couldn't catch him.
Because you probably were holding the trigger down to try and spray him. And if you
I don't know if trying to explain it to Nicco right now.
No. I mean, it's not really explaining it to Nicco. It's kind of just explaining it in general.
I didn't use the triggers. I didn't use the triggers at all. I just was trying to run after him.
You need to use the triggers to spray the water.
Well, no, you hit. Then I would hit the. Yeah, then I hit the trigger. Yeah, then I just pull the trigger.
I cannot believe this. Sorry, I didn't mean to walk off screen for anyone listening at home on their just speakers. I had to stand up for that.
I don't understand. I legitimately don't understand his reaction at all. I don't get it at all.
You didn't use
How do you spray water in that game, Nicco?
R.
Yeah, you use the triggers.
Very good pirate impression, by the way.
We need that soundbite right now.
Sponge Boy, you're taking on me, buddy.
Sponge Boy, I don't know how to catch Shadow Mario.
I can't catch pessimistic Mario, Morty.
Secret formula.
I don't want to make him wet. I'm underwater.
Joe Swanson, get over here and head him off at the pass.
Oh my god.
I'm very glad that SpongeBob came up because I do want to at the end of this, if we have time.
Are you gonna talk about the freaking like Sonic Bubble Ball from Mario? Not Mario. SpongeBob Battle for Bikinis.
Bro, you should talk about Morph Ball.
God, I should, but no. No, I'm glad that came out because at the end, if we have the time, I want to rank all of these weapons, but the way that I want to sort of rank them is how effectively, like, how easily could Plankton acquire the Krabby Patty formula if he had that weapon?
Oh my god.
Well, F.L.U.D. would be either useless or superb.
Yeah, F.L.U.D.'s on the either end of that. Yeah.
I mean, F.L.U.D. does have, like, the underwater controls. They're not good.
F.L.U.D. can help you move underwater. So, like, it would just be a jetpack.
Actually, no. I have a new third weapon then in my list. I have a good one.
Okay, cool.
Is it a weapon?
Ooh.
Well, Nicco, what is your first one? I should say.
You know what? Yeah, actually, I'll go ahead and switch my third one to this first one.
Just talk about one.
Yeah, I'll
Just
talk about the
bro.
hydrodynamic spatula with port and starboard attachments.
I support that.
Dude,
I support that.
I caught, dude, like I was just hanging out at Crubcella. He broke out that motherfucker. He was naked. Hello? Where'd
No, I'm
people go?
sorry. I had to take a timestamp. There's some words we're trying not to say.
Wait, did I say a bad word?
Anyway,
we've said a
so
lot,
the
but let's just
hydrodynamic
keep going.
Man,
spatula.
I've been looking out for that.
The hydrodynamic
It's all right,
spatula
Move on. Spatulas. Let's go.
with port and starboard attachments, baby.
Because in the episode he was naked, right?
He was naked, I think.
Okay, so that was my joke.
Isn't he always naked?
No,
Oh,
SpongeBob
his-
has pants
his-
on.
Yeah.
Well,
His
maybe
name is
it-
Square Pants.
No,
There's
it's
the episode
SpongeBob
where-
square naked, Justin. Where have you been living?
Bruh.
Are you
Plankton-
Berenstein Bearings me right now?
Yes.
There's some universe where SpongeBob's always naked.
Yeah.
Well, Plankton is, and in the episode where him and Krabs switch places, Krabs is naked. So it
Yes.
is noted that Plankton is
Yeah.
not wearing any clothes.
Yes.
Like they,
Yeah.
they
Yeah, by
do
choice.
technically draw attention to that. They don't draw attention to Squidward not wearing pants. I guess that counts.
Squidward
I mean-
never wears pants.
So the thing is, he always takes things out of his flesh pocket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Are octopuses marsupials?
Absolutely not.
No, they're mollusks.
Marsupials
right?
are like koalas and
No.
kangaroo.
Well, no,
I
but the
think
point is
they
that
are now.
marsupials have pouches. Marsupials have pouches, and octopuses are mollusks, so they don't have a pouch, which is
Okay,
funny
Okay, I see what you're saying.
because Hillenberg was a
without
marine biologist,
context?
and he would know that stuff.
This is amazing.
I need that clip right now. Just are
Are octopi marsupials?
octopi marsupials? Oh man.
Is a jellyfish a herb?
Yeah, yeah. Is his mayonnaise an instrument?
Holy crap.
Anyway,
tell
so
us what you like about the spatula.
dude, you know what? It's well, so first of all, I appreciated the use of hydrodynamics because my entire life I've always had people telling me about being aerodynamic because when we would run the mile in like middle school track, I remember trying to like run with my hands open because I saw the Olympic sprinters running like that. Not realizing that my shoulders are broad and that's what's causing so much drag.
Dude, me and my friends used to run like Sonic for that same reason.
Right. And so I thought about aerodynamic and I was like, so if something's under the water, is it hydrodynamic? And SpongeBob answered that question for me.
I wonder if it answered it truthfully.
Yeah. And also the nematodes. It just sliced
Same
through.
episode. Is this him?
Yeah.
is.
No, it sliced through
No, the
patties to
nematodes is a different
satisfy
episode.
these
The first
nematodes.
episode was anchovies.
Anchovy, thank you.
Anchovy. Yeah, this one was nematodes, I believe.
Oh wait, I thought we were talking about the episode with the flying, the like AI spatula that SpongeBob literally sells his like clothes for.
What?
That
don't
also
remember that.
exists.
Did you the French spatula?
Oh,
that
no,
like
no,
when
no.
he leaves, he's like au revoir, nincompoop.
Yeah, no. This one's the hydrodynamic spatula with port and starboard attachments.
That's right.
And
I can't believe I
like,
forgot about the pilot episode.
SpongeBob uses it as a helicopter.
Yes, and then
Yeah.
he flies into
Helicopters-
the kitchen.
He flies. First of all, you can use it to fly. So to your guys' point, you can use the hydrodynamic spatula with
Movement
port and starboard
options.
attachments for movement options, mobility. And then you can also use the hydrodynamic spatula with port and starboard attachments to feed an army. You can feed an army in seconds.
I mean,
And
it
I just
doesn't
think-
make the food.
Well,
No, but look, me and Justin just got done with a campaign of D&D where I was the healer, I was support. You can use that thing as a crazy support weapon. That would be a
So
crazy,
that's why it's fresh in your memory. I'm like, how do you have this memorized?
crazy support
wasn't in the
weapon.
campaign, I'll
It was
tell you
not
that
in the
much.
campaign. Yeah, I was just riffing.
You know, this is great because I did write out some questions here, and you've already answered a few of them, which is like, oh, what is this weapon's utility other than murdering people? But the best one is I have this. How good would this weapon be as a cooking utensil? And this one just is a cooking
ooh.
utensil.
Dude, yeah, well, it could deal some damage. Well, actually, this one I would flip it and say, what is its versatility as a weapon? And being that it can spin like a helicopter, I would assume that it would do incredibly well.
Anything
So,
that spins is super dangerous.
yeah. And with that, Brody, do you know how to spin? What weapon? What's your first?
Okay,
What would you
so
bring
like
in here,
I had
Brody?
no, hold on. I'm gonna cut Brody off because I hate him.
Do it.
And also, I want to say, I forgot what I was gonna say. Right. So speaking of the hydrodynamic, whatever the heck, anything that spins will immediately put you in jail. I had my own hydrodynamic spatula in the form of a remote control airplane, and I had long hair as a kid. A friend of mine just put it up to my head, stuck in my hair for like an hour.
Yep. Yeah, and especially with those things that don't have a reverse button, you know.
All right, now I'm gonna do something that none of us have done. I'm gonna be nice to Brody. Brody,
hell yeah.
What are you doing?
You said you hated him.
Well, my first one was going to be F.L.U.D, but instead I'm going to tell you all about how you should leave a like or review and subscribe on the YouTube channel to Crub Official. You can find us at Crub Official everywhere, except for Twitch, where you can find us at Crub_official. We stream these live on Tuesdays, and you can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Crub, or just go to crub.org for the audio pods and every other link you need. And I'm going to switch my weapon to my first one to Mario's hammer from the Paper Mario and Mario and Luigi series.
I was gonna say the hammer from Mario Bros, like Donkey Kong.
The Donkey Kong hammer.
Oh yeah, no, the one that he uses in like the RPGs.
I'll hold to it.
What about
Superstar
Mario's
Saga.
hammer from Wrecking Crew?
Wrecking?
Have you played Wrecking Crew?
Yeah. I've not played Wrecking Crew.
You haven't played Wrecking Crew?
No, I've barely played.
Yeah,
Donkey Kong.
the first game on everybody's mind, Wrecking Crew.
Yeah. Come on, it's got a song in Mario DDR.
Foreman Spike is in the movie.
Yeah. Fake fan.
Yeah, I am.
Anyways, go on.
Okay, they're from Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
Well, I always liked that because it was like this idea of when he went into the RPGs, what can Mario do besides jump? And they're like, well, let's just give him a thing. Let's give him another thing. Let's give him the hammer.
He's a plumber, yeah.
Yeah, and that just gives it like versatility. Like what I like about those RPGs is that they're simple. Like the numbers are simple. There's not a whole lot of complexity to them, so you can just sort of like understand it intuitively and do it. But it still like gives you other stuff to do. So like hammer, hit enemies that are sharp and spiky and you can't jump on. That's intuitive. I like that. On top of like, in Paper Mario, you have all of the badges that give you like different hammers or different upgrades to it and things like that. I think it was a unique idea to take Mario, a guy who jumps, and be like, what kind of weapon do we give him? Now, Ubisoft later answered that question with gun, but I think hammer is more fitting.
True.
I feel like you're giving him too much credit because, like, the first game he appeared in, he had a hammer.
Mario having a gun is hilarious to me.
Yeah,
That's a good point, though, Trav. I hadn't considered that.
Yeah,
where do you think he got the hammer from? Freaking Donkey Kong.
You got it from the Gun Brothers. No, you got it from the Hammer Brothers. So, like, legitimately, Superstar Saga is the only turn-based game that I will ever play.
Fair.
And it's because...
Super Mario RPG, I'm so excited for. When that remake comes out for the Switch, I'm so on.
Yeah, and I shouldn't say that. Like a Dragon 7, Yakuza
7.
Like a Dragon. That's one that I would play, but it's for a similar reason, because it's a turn-based game that then involves you in some way with the timing. It allows you to like, put agency into whether you're hitting or not. And I liked the implementation, to Brody's point, of the Hammerhead brothers. I thought that was funny and charming. And a good way.
The little tutorial guys.
Yeah, the guys that give you the hammer.
I love how in those games, every time you learn a new move, it's just two other red and green brothers that teach you it.
Yeah. Which tells me that that's a dominant allele in the Mario universe.
I also just appreciate those games for giving us the best like Mario and Luigi talking sound.
Yeah.
Repito, Roberto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's perfect.
Chef's kiss.
Shout out to Roberto.
Do you think that's what is he gonna sound like now that like Charles Martinet isn't doing?
I mean, we already heard it in the Mario Wonder trailer.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Is that not Charles Martinet?
Yeah, it's not Martinet.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
So the
Charles Martinet, the voice actor for Mario, is no longer being the voice of Mario.
He's retiring.
That sounds.
He's old, dude.
Yeah, but it's like, it's voice acting. You can do it from home.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, he does Mario and Luigi and Wario and Waluigi and Parthenax from Skyrim because he has to keep recording the lines every time they re-release the game. Like, it's a big deal.
Well, you can't hop in a closet and say, "Wah."
Not if it's under like strict contract and NDA shit like Nintendo loves.
But, I mean, they also
Like
reuse
they
a
gotta
lot
be
of the
there for
sound.
every
this is
freaking step.
This is a conversation I think for another day.
Yeah, they reuse a lot of the sounds too, so I can't imagine them needing to like get new voice acting all the time.
The Bing Bing Wahoo era is over. We now have the Wowie Zowie era.
Okay.
Wow, it's era.
So Brody, continue on the hammers. I don't think. So answer some of your own questions. What are their uses for cooking and things like that?
Well, I mean, it's a hammer, so you can hit meat with it.
Tenderizing.
That's
true.
pretty good. Let's see, what's a fun question I have on here for hammers?
Crunchiest me, Captain.
I have this question here, which is, if this weapon were a person, what would their personality be like?
I think they have a
Don't we get to experience that in? No, never mind. I was thinking Super Paper Mario. The hammer's alive, but I don't think that's true.
I don't know.
Honestly, I feel like it'd be
Paint
kind of
bucket?
like Danny
Yeah,
DeVito.
there was a paint bucket.
because he's top heavy like a hammer.
You're getting Danny DeVito vibes from a hammer.
Well, because he's top
That's
heavy like
fair.
a hammer. He's top heavy like a hammer.
I'm not against the idea.
Do you think you like?
Okay, Mario. Wait, nope.
Do you think he would be like aggressive, like naturally, or do you think he would be like constructive?
Oh no, destructive. It's a hammer.
Well, I mean, you'd use the hammer to put things together and then also tear them apart. So I could see it going either way.
Well, only if
depends on the type
you
of
have
hammer.
the little like the teeth on the end.
Yeah, like I think you're thinking of like a handheld hammer, whereas we're thinking of like a hammer. You know,
Most
with two
hammers you can't
hands.
even fit in your hand.
A two-handed hammer, if you will.
Yeah, if you're thinking like sledge, then yeah, it's going to be more swinging around.
Right. Two-handed hammers are more for destruction, and one-handed hammers are more for construction. Does that make sense?
I think
that's true, and he does use it in two hands. That
these are
correct.
two-handed hammers for sure. These are bonking hammers.
Now you're speaking my language.
Bonk. Hey, Puppet Pal Clam.
Hey, Puppet Pal Clam.
Hey, Puppet Pal Mitch.
I don't even know what's
the other
happening
voice,
anymore.
otherwise I would have done that one.
Yeah, no. Bonk.
If you don't
For a
mind,
guy that hates puppets, you sure
I'm
love
gonna-
Puppet Pal Clam.
Pass it back to Trav.
the only good
and
ones.
Hi.
I'd say
Let's
if you don't mind, I would like to do a second one because I think it can interact. It can involve Trav in getting into a second.
Yeah,
okay.
let's get your second weapon.
The second weapon that I have is specifically the coin from Ultrakill.
Yep. I immediately, as soon as you're like, Trav would like this, I was like, oh wait, I can't believe I forgot Ultrakill. Because Ultrakill is like some of the best weapons in an FPS I've
really
ever
does.
used.
It really, really does. So I specifically put the coin on my list because of how versatile this one attachment for this one gun is for this entire game. It's like everything. So like it has the base level of you throw the coin up in the air, you shoot the coin, the bullet goes and deflects off the coin onto the enemy. That's level. That's
It'll
level one.
automatically target the nearest enemy and some other stuff. You know, it's more complicated, but the gist of it is like it will automatically target the nearest enemy after it bounces off the coin. So you hit the coin, automatically hit an enemy.
Like that's just level 1 of this thing, because then level 2 becomes any hit scan weapon. I believe you can shoot the coin and it will bounce off of it. So there's a lightning railgun in the game, so you can be on the pistol, throw the coin, switch to the railgun, shoot the coin with the railgun, and now the railgun bounces off the coin and immediately hits whatever next to it. And also hitting the coin gives it a damage buff too for hitting the coin.
Yeah, like the mechanics for the railgun hitting the coin, like it has its own bonuses. Like they accounted for that. So it like does its own thing. And so you can do stuff because the coin, when you flip it, it goes through enemies, like it doesn't bounce off of them. So you could do a thing where because the momentum of the coin is affected by, sorry, I'm talking over you, Justin.
No, this is why I wanted this. This is why I wanted to put this one out, because I knew this would be good.
So if you're walking forward and flip the coin is going to move faster. If you're walking backward and flip the coin, it basically just goes straight up. Like the distance of it is relative to how you're moving right now. So you could do this thing where you're walking forward and then immediately walk back, flip 2 coins, so one of them goes forward, back, hit the first coin with the railgun, which can penetrate through enemies infinitely, and so it just immediately goes through that same enemy 3 times because there's coins on both sides.
And that was step 3 that I was going to, is then you can throw 2 coins up and it'll bounce from one coin to the next coin and it'll double that damage multiplier again, and then hit an enemy on top of that. It's just like they somehow crafted this whole game around one attachment for the pistol. And there are like 5 or 6 different weapons in this game.
That's
and
only
each
one of the
them,
weapons.
And each one of them builds on the next one. Like it's like, but that's why I love the coin's like entire like mission statement in that game. It is to teach you how to mix and match weapons types and different weapons to realize, oh, I can use different weapons with other weapons to then create something even bigger and more cool. Because that's the entire mission statement of Ultrakill, is killing things as cool as possible.
Yeah.
I had a friend that says coin really weirdly.
How does he say it, Nicco?
I can't replicate it, but he says it like with the ASMR click on coin. Like he goes coin. Like he's like coin. Like it's like he says it like the back of his throat, but not like a huh. It's really weird. He says coin super weirdly.
Justin.
Yes, sir.
Judge.
If you could add the coin to a different game, what game would you add it to?
Everything.
Elden
Literally
Ring.
everything.
Elden Ring.
Elden
Yeah.
Ring.
If you could add this coin to Elden Ring, what would that look like?
It'd be a better game.
Damn.
No, I mean, if
man.
you want me to give you an actual answer,
Mario Party.
well, no, but we already done that before. It didn't work. Oh man, probably just a game with like really cool. Apex. I'll put it in Apex.
Oh my god.
I'd put a character in the game. Their unique ability in the game would be throwing a coin out, and if you shoot the coin, it does damage.
Any weapon that can track, any weapon that can do tracking in online play games, I'm
work.
very much for.
Yeah,
I'm very pro.
it really doesn't work because you have to like have that buffer.
My
because
dude
of, like,
loves the Titanfall smart pistol.
But yeah, exactly. No, Titanfall.
Oh, wait, is that an
Titanfall would
Apex?
also be sick. No, it's not.
Okay.
Titanfall is great. I love Titanfall too, man.
You know, like you
I
could
do
put the
love
coin in
too.
Titanfall. Like just games that have sick movement options, that have like this whole sliding and running on the walls and things like that. Like I think that having something that you can throw and make it become like a target that you're trying to hit, as opposed to enemies that are actually on the ground, would give such an interesting twist to game. Because I don't think there's a gun in. I don't think there's anything in any like multiplayer game that does that. I don't think. And correct me if I'm wrong. That's for you, viewer. Comment down below if there's a multiplayer game that does that.
I don't think so, because I feel like a lot of tracking stuff in multiplayer would just
It
be
wouldn't
broken.
work.
But,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's why it's fun. We should
I
put
feel
it
like
in
there's
every-
also too much like server-side, client-side communication shit.
That's what I was talking about too. Like the buffer between like the servers having to like communicate that information would be insane.
Yeah, because then like if you have it affect only client-side, then you risk cheating and all that.
Yeah, because how do you police that? How do you like, well, I got hit from somewhere that I don't see the guy. Is that because of the coin, or is that because they're like shooting through the wall?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I feel like auto aim should be a lot more forgiving in pretty much everything. But then again, I've been told that people are actually good at like moving left and right and also aiming at things.
Here we go.
And
It's a
I just
talent.
don't get. I just like it takes so much more effort when you can just like move.
I remember I
like,
had to tell Nicco to like, dude, you gotta move and shoot with Doom Eternal. And he's like, what? Why would I do that?
Well, here's the thing, right? So I'm used to playing. Yeah, I'll save my best weapon for last. I'll do this weapon right now.
Yeah, do it.
I
Hasn't it already been like 50 minutes? Aren't we like almost
We're
done?
on minute 35.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
I-
God. Okay, I have more to talk about then.
Yeah,
I got a
we got
timer
lot
here,
more,
don't worry.
dude. But yeah, no. So I'll do my second weapon, which is I grew up playing Call of Duty, mostly zombies. And as you know, for those veterans who know, zombies is very much simple AI. There's almost no AI. The zombies just follow you. And so one of the iconic guns for me, pretty much any of them can be iconic really, but it's that original MP40 from Kino der Toten. I was not a World at War Zombies guy. I've played Noct. I mean, obviously Darius, Verrucht, Shino Numa, right? Great maps. But Kino is really where I like started playing zombies for real. And so that MP40 on the wall, man, it was awesome. But I'm going to like circle it back around and just talk about some of the like really cool conceptual weapons they had in zombies, right? So like they had the Thunder Gun, which I'm sure you guys have heard of the Thunder Gun at least, right?
Yeah,
Wonder Waff is a cool one.
Ray
Like, what
gun.
have you guys heard of from zombies? We can talk about any of those things.
I mean, I played zombies religiously.
Ray Gun's the iconic one.
I probably don't
know
know them by name, but I know them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I played zombies religiously in World at War.
Nice.
Kino der Toten was my favorite map.
Okay,
It was
yeah, so
I
maybe
have
it is-
I have a love-hate relationship
I'm sorry, Shino
with
Numa.
it because
Sorry.
I think
Shino Numa.
zombies is super cool.
Mhm.
But oh my god, like I was like, you know when something's so popular that it just kind of makes you annoyed just by the virtue of it being popular? That was me with zombies, COD Zombies for a
Which
long
is funny
time.
because like it's not even that popular. It's just there.
It
Sure,
was.
but all my friends love it and
It was
insist
like-
on playing it, and I'm like, but I want to show you this game because I don't care about that.
It was
I was
talked
an
about.
asshole, for the record.
It,
No, I
it
get
was
that.
talked about, but it wasn't popular. People played Mod 2 online much more.
Well,
Like zombies wasn't.
I don't
like,
know if
zombies
that
was
means it's
still
not
super
popular.
small at the time.
So here's the thing, the lore, the people that are like trying to squeeze out the lore of zombies, that's not super popular. People playing zombies is super popular because people would just go on and play the game. Like we had our camping spots in Darius and stuff like that. Like Shino Numa, we
no.
knew exactly when to do what. Like,
I never had that. I was always like the only one.
well,
I
that's
wasn't the
thing,
only
yeah.
one in like my friend group, but like I was the only one who would like know what I'm doing.
No,
If
me and
that
my
makes
cousins,
sense.
my friends, we would play it like religiously.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's interesting because I was never a big zombies player. I played it a couple times with some friends, but like every friend that I had had played every Call of Duty that came out, and they would play zombies and they knew the maps and everything. So I was just like running around the map not knowing what I'm doing while everyone else is like, okay, we're gonna do the Easter egg now, guys. And I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Can you,
that there's the same thing with like Payday 2. It's like everyone I'm playing with is like, all right, we're gonna do our own thing. Travis, you just stay behind. We'll maybe get you some free level ups. And I'm like, yeah, but I want to do something.
Yeah, I want to play the game. Yeah.
Like I want to understand
Brody,
how
can
to
you-
play.
And the
Can you
Easter
put me
eggs
on,
and-
Brody? I like need people to play zombies.
the Easter eggs in zombies are so like obtuse, and I'm just like, I don't really
Well-
care. I just want to like play the game.
They like started off obtuse. They got more obtuse with time and then came back to being less obtuse, but
Well-
still obtuse, 100%.
I think that's actually pretty cool. I like
no,
that
it was
kind
great.
of stuff.
It was
but
good
also,
for
like-
community. Like, there was allegedly a lot of people. There's allegedly a lot of people playing zombies. There's YouTubers who are making like a lot of money playing zombies and stuff like that, and being like the figureheads of the community and figuring out like Easter eggs and things like that. But I don't know. Like, I've never met people IRL who I feel comfortable playing zombies with, who like know anything about zombies. Like, I've played zombies with people casually, but like never to the point where like other people knew what we were talking about, if that makes sense, or knew what I was talking about.
Interesting.
I mean, like
I've
at
had
this
the
point,
complete
I'm just
opposite.
so overwhelmed by it that I'm like, I don't know if I care.
That's fair.
I-
And
I
it's
have
too
a-
late
I
at
have
this
a-
point.
I have
You're
a
right.
small faction in my friend group that just like lives and dies by zombies. They still play it all the time.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
my
and
friend
Put me on,
they're
dude.
still trying to get me to play it. I've joined them a couple times, and I'm like, yeah, it's fun, but and then they start doing their own thing, and on one hand, like I get it. It's kind of like, hey, let's show this person who hasn't experienced this Easter egg. Let's show them this cool thing, but.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's cool, like getting these magic scepters out of the floor in Black Ops 3 in that whatever map.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I thought it was neat. But I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Derize and
Cool.
Drock, dude.
what else
Yeah.
is there to do?
Yeah,
No,
and then,
it's
and then
like-
when you get to the point
okay,
where
it's
you're
fun. I guess
blowing
to
off the
add more
legs of the
context.
zombie to get to the one that's just crawling so that you can run around and do all the
Yeah.
Easter eggs and stuff like that, I'm just like, hi. I want to play
It's
the
cool
game.
because
And then-
like if you grew up
And
with
then
it,
there's
like
like
I
this
grew.
whole meta where it's like, sorry, Nico. I'll
No, you're
let you
good.
finish in a second. But then there's like this whole meta where it's like, no, you don't want to kill the last one because we still need to rebuild. And I'm like, I'm tell me this. Like, this isn't second nature to me when I'm playing. And now I'm just venting my frustrations with like my high school friends. But just like
LOL.
any game,
time.
like
If you're listening, this is for you.
you. Okay, I'll censor that.
Lap.
Any like co-op PvE thing like that like aside from Team Fortress 2, which isn't even really the same because like progress doesn't do anything between levels, you're always starting from square one. But anything that's like Destiny, the only one I really put a lot of time into is Warframe. But anything like that just became problematic with me, just because I'm like, I only have so much time in the day to do anything like this, bros. I can't memorize this stuff. And if you're going to have an attitude with me because I don't know the meta for this one specific map my first time playing it, I don't want to play it.
Yeah. Whereas like, and I get that. It's much too late to get into it now. I will say that.
Yeah.
But the story is pretty much complete. As far as I know, at least I haven't really been paying attention to like the new zombies, admittedly, like Cold War and beyond, but I only paid attention to the Treyarch ones before that. And I guess to take it back around, yeah, you guys are right. The ray gun is the most iconic weapon from Zombies. Fellas, put me on. I like to play Zombies. I'm into all that lore stuff. I only played one game at a time, and I still only play really one game at a time. So I just got really into Zombies when I was getting into it, and it was the only game I had any impetus to play.
Yeah, no,
and it was the only game.
Recently, your conquest has been Ratchet and Clank and finishing that before Armored Core came out.
I did just finish
and you're
that,
just like,
yeah.
I have to finish this before this one comes out. Yeah,
I finished it. It's all good.
I'm just illustrating what you're saying though, because you're like, yeah, I only play one game at a time. So
Yeah,
I have to finish Ratchet and Clank before I start Armored Core, else I'm never gonna finish.
Legitimately, I started playing Horizon Zero Dawn to hold myself off from buying Resident Evil 4 at full price. And then I liked Zero Dawn and finished it, and then I played Forbidden West and finished it, and by that point, Resident Evil 4 was on sale, but I didn't buy it on sale because I wasn't done with Forbidden West yet. So,
I mean, that's a good habit to have, honestly.
Yeah, I just I don't buy games
backlog
until I'm done. I don't play a new game until I'm done with like an old game.
So, Nicco, I wanted to ask you because I was looking through these questions, thinking what would be the best one to ask for your entry here, and I think what I'm going to ask is, what would you do with that weapon if you had it in the real world?
Oh my
I like
god!
It's a real thing.
Yeah, you just have an MP40.
Well, let me preface this with this is all bits, ha ha ha, funny, ha ha. We're all jokes. Everything's a joke.
He's gonna say something incredibly illegal.
You don't have to hurt people with it. You could think of the other question, like what's its utility other than what is the MP40's utility other than murdering? How would you use it in the real world?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll say other than murdering,
It's for the zombie enterprise, obviously.
D&D utility this in our
right.
meat
D&D
space.
utility. I feel like I would use it to slow the subway down. I feel like I would use it somehow to slow the subway down when I need to when I am waiting for it, when I'm about to miss it.
Paint me this picture a little bit, because how would it? How do you get from A to B here? How do you get from having the MP40?
I think he just shoots
down?
at the subway.
Yeah, he's just waving a gun at the subway to be like, "Let me on, or I'll shoot you."
Yeah.
No. What? No.
It's like when someone's riding in the
track.
back of your car and you pull out your gun so they stop.
You just shoot the track. You just shoot the track. No, remember, you shoot the electrical box. Everybody knows the classic game mechanic is that you shoot the electrical box and it makes it go the other way.
So you're saying if you're going westbound and you really want to go eastbound, you're just going to shoot the electrical box?
Well, no. I'd get to the platform. The subway would be pulling away already. I'd shoot the platform and go back the other way and stop at the stop again. I'd get on, shoot the box again to go back the normal way, and then I'd be on my way.
It's like a Zelda puzzle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what if they also have a railgun? Never mind.
What if they also have a ray gun?
Ray gun.
What if they didn't get the teddy box out of the mystery box?
Ray
The
gun.
teddy bear out of the mystery box.
Oh man, yeah, no, that's a good point. What else? What else would I don't know what else I would do with it. I feel like it'd be pretty useful for like a glass cooktop. I feel like it'd make it like almost radioactive, like make it
yeah, because that's a good thing.
It'd make it cook hotter, like quicker.
So you use it like a microwave.
Yeah, pretty.
Dude,
No,
I have
the ray
so
gun.
much cancer in my fingers, but I get food.
I got through way faster.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the thing you could do with it. You could put it in the microwave, hit 9999, and stand in front of it for an hour and a half.
Oh, is that one of the Easter eggs?
So you're gonna use it to like press buttons.
Oh, it would just I could just die quicker.
Oh, true.
Oh, okay. I think that would just kill the microwave, not you.
Oh, you would get you'd probably there'd just be something wrong with
I think
you
the gun
at
would
that
probably
point.
explode before anything else. To be honest with you.
I mean, you could fill. You don't have to necessarily use bullets, right? You could fill it with like BB pellets.
Oh, true. Yeah, you could play paintball with the Black Ops Zombies ray gun.
I feel a weird way.
Not as weird
care
as
to
Brody, considering
explore
he
it?
hasn't told me his second
Yeah,
weapon
yeah,
yet.
no,
Well,
yeah.
no,
So Brody, what's
actually-
your?
I wanted
what's
to
your
circle back to
second?
Trav for a sec because Justin said the coin from Ultrakill, but was that yours as well, Trav, or did you have a different second one in mind?
I'll be honest, I'm coming up with all of these on the spot. No, I'm kidding. No, I was just gonna like ride the Doom train all the way to like Cricket Town because my second favorite is actually the cannonball from Ultrakill.
It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same.
It's very similar to the coin.
Yeah, it's very similar to the coin that we kind of talked everything about it.
Imagine a cannonball, okay? I mean, imagine a coin. Hold on, let me start over.
I've played Bloodborne. I can imagine a cannonball.
Which?
Coin or a cannonball? Which one? Which one are we starting?
Imagine a coin. Flip
Think
it
of a
at your
coin.
friends. Put it in the.
Imagine a coin.
wishing
Nicco
well.
looks into deep
Shut
thought.
up.
He's rotating it in his head.
Imagine a coin in your head.
Is this your card?
Rotate the horse inside your mind.
Is this your card?
So imagine a coin, okay? Give it to your friends, put it in the wishing well. Now instead it's a cannonball. Okay? Big hunk of metal, maybe. I don't remember what they're made of. I'm assuming metal. And you can do the same things with it. You can flip it at enemies. You can put it through enemies. Through a lot of enemies. You can pay your credit score with the cannonball. Okay? So now imagine this all coming out of a tube that you're carrying around in the battlefield. There's like a bunch of like green what's the term when you don't have arms? Quadriplegic
Paraplegic.
paraplegic. There's a bunch of green paraplegic like dudes. And a bunch of them just lined up in a row. I see Nico's face. I'm trying not to laugh.
You can't just like.
This is Ultrakill, dude. This is the plot of the game. All right, so then you have them all
they're
lined
called
up.
husks. They don't have arms.
You hold down the right mouse button. That thing just goes through all of them. No limit. It's almost like the railgun. There's like so many green paraplegics being killed in front of you.
You can't just.
It's so cool.
That's so ableist.
So then, other times, if it's a big boy, or not even. No, right. Okay, hold on. I'm getting it wrong. You can't just do that. Because if it hits one of them, it's going to bounce right up into the air. Okay? That kind of sucks. You hit this man, cavity in their chest. They're like, oh, what happened? But meanwhile, that cannonball's just like, woo! And now that's your time to capitalize on this moment, ladies and gentlemen. Because that's the moment that you walk up to that cannonball, give it a little, little 1, 2. Actually, just one. And your fist has to be blue. It can't be red. And you give it that blue punch. That thing goes flying. It don't stop. Same direction. You can even punch it as it's coming out of the cannonball launcher. That's awesome. You can do the same thing with shotgun pellets in real life. Do it.
Don't.
That's also a mechanic in Ultrakill.
It's also a
if you punch
mechanic.
at the right time.
You can punch your shotgun shot to make them explode and go faster.
Yeah.
I was
right
really
as you
hoping you were
shoot.
going to say that. I was hoping you were going to say that's also a bit. Please don't try to punch your shotgun bullets as they
No,
come
you
out.
should. This is legal advice. No,
No, it is not.
it's not legal advice. So, all right. So that's the thing. Cannonball. You get a grappling hook sometime before this, so you can hit a dude with a cannonball. That cannonball goes boom. You like hit that thing with the grapple hook, comes right back to you, and then you could punch it again. People will play. It's like a yo-yo. You just woo, woo, you know. Did I say the F word again?
Yes,
You sure did.
Probably. Did you see like Nicco lean over and hit the lap button?
Yeah. Dude, I don't know, man. I had my cannonball removed, so you know.
I mean,
That wasn't my joke. That wasn't my joke. Chris said that. But
I mean, the power of a cannonball is great. This isn't one of my weapons, but
And like, you know, you shoot that thing once, answering your question prematurely. You shoot that thing once, that thing's red hot. I'm cooking steak on it.
God, hell yeah. No, I was gonna say that I just like the cannonball in Bloodborne because I used to go into PvP and I would literally hide myself. Like I would use the thing that makes you invisible, and I would just wait till they show up, and then I would start fighting them, and I would have like whatever my weapon normally is, whether it's the cleaver or whatever. And I would be fighting them like normal, and then because it doesn't show up on your back if you don't have it equipped, I would hit Bone Ash to make my thing more powerful, pull out the cannonball, and one-shot them every
that's
time.
nuts. Man, dude. Yeah.
They'd never expect it.
That is absolutely criminal.
criminal.
Invading is criminal.
I love invading. I
So
love
true,
invading.
Nico. Invading is criminal.
Yeah, invading is criminal. I'm gonna get that on a shirt. Invading is criminal.
That's what I would do if I had the cannonball in real life. I'd invade.
Yeah,
I'd kill people.
I'd invade.
I like this one guy with a cannonball invading.
Oh my god, dude. Well, actually, the coin
Isn't
thing,
that like the plot of like the United States getting colonized?
the coin thing reminded me of like this story that I had heard recently, which was like a trend that was going around, which was called the coin boys. And they're just boys in like high schools who annoy their teachers by flipping coins. Like they,
That reminds me of a
Utrakill.
Tom Scott video.
like they'll like lean against the wall and just flip a coin like they're in the 1920s.
So I love
great.
I love
Dude,
Ultrakill.
Dude, Tom Scott.
Yeah.
Wait, that's his name, right? Tom Scott.
Tom Scott, yeah.
Top Scott.
British red hair.
Yeah,
red
okay.
Shirt
I
man.
am thinking of the right. I'm just like I'm saying his name out loud, and now that doesn't feel like a real name. He just did a video where it's like this town throws pennies at people, and the profile or the image of him is like him cowering in fear because he's getting pennies thrown at him.
Well, no, it's because he's getting shot with bullets ricocheting off the pennies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, someone has to have done an Ultrakill parody of that by now. There's no way they have.
Yeah, that had to have been.
I'm just surprised I haven't seen it yet.
Oh man.
One can hope.
No, we do
so-
need to combine the Coin Boys and Ultrakill at some point. I'm with that. But
Yeah.
sorry, Brody, continue.
Oh no, you're good. I was going to put my actual second one in, which is the specifically I'm going to say the saber turret from Borderlands 2. But I'm saying this more as it's more of a cipher for any of the turrets across the Borderlands series. Because I'm always, when I go into those games, I'm always the turret boy. Like I play them. I have one co-op. I'll play them with anybody, but usually my first time through, I have one friend that I'll play them through, and he's always the siren. I'm always the turret boy, whatever that form may take.
Like,
but
wee woo, wee woo.
What did you? Am I having a stroke?
Yeah, no, like Beebo Weeboo, Brody.
Yeah, like a siren.
Beebo Weeboo.
Oh God, no, siren.
I didn't think that would stun lock you. I'm sorry.
completely
That was your hidden cannonball.
Yeah, I was taken aback. Holy crap! No, the turret in Borderlands is typically it doesn't always take the same form, but it's typically like you throw it out, it's stationary, it kind of stays there, and it shoots stuff. And that's its basic function, and I love that just because it's an action skill that I don't have to consciously think about. Like it usually has the highest cooldown time, but it also has like the highest uptime. Because it's not just like a skill that you use, it's like something you place, it's down, you don't have to worry about it, you can upgrade it to what you want it to do, and it will just do all those things automatically. I like that, because it means that I don't have to think in combat.
It's also great if you're playing solo.
Yeah, that too. But don't play Borderlands solo, that's a miserable I
that doesn't
I
sound
have a
fun.
worse time if I play it co-op, I'll be honest.
Really? I think perfect is 2-player co-op, because then you can still, like, if you're into the story, if you're into that stuff, you can, I have a rapport where it's like, okay, we don't talk during cutscenes, and things like that, or like we'll pay attention because we both actually care. With 4 players, it's a mess. But with 1 player, it's like the lonely, especially with 1 and 2. 3 is not as bad, but with 1 and 2, it is the loneliest experience you will ever have playing a video game if you play those things solo. Like it
felt like I was playing Fallout, but worse.
God, yeah, I do not recommend them solo at all. I recommend 2-player co-op because it's perfect.
Yeah, that's almost as lonely as playing Minecraft by yourself. I feel like
at least with that, you can like go into it thinking, okay, I have a project I want to pull off. Like I can like make a thing that I want to make.
Yeah,
yeah. But with regards to the turret specifically, I just like it because usually it's one of the the weapon that has like zone stuff. So it's like if you're within a certain amount of area from the turret, you get like buffs, or your ammo regenerates, or your health regenerates, or gives you attack boost, whatever that may be. But what I like about the saber turret specifically is that you can get an upgrade that just like you can put it on you can stick it to any wall. So you can like say, I want it at that point in the distance instead of like right in front of. And that was always cool because it got me thinking about the terrain more than I would have had I, done anything else. So I know I said that I like it because it allows me to not think, but I like that moment of being like, okay, I'm gonna put it where I want it, and then I'm gonna leave it, and then I don't have to worry about it. Like that's. I don't know. Maybe I'm just lazy. That's why I like them, because I can't imagine. I tried using the siren on Borderlands 3 for a little bit on like a secondary playthrough, or tertiary, whatever, and it was like, oh, this is a really powerful like blast that comes out of me, but I got to do it every like 10 seconds. And sure, it's up a lot of the time, but also I'm just like I have to be thinking about it constantly, and that just ain't me. That's not. I can barely think to shoot enemies.
No, bro, I'm with you. I've been saying that games should be like less user input, like forever. Not less user input, but like I was saying earlier about making it easier to aim, things like that, like having really strong auto aim. It's like the last thing I want to do when I get home from a long day of working is use my brain. And I just want to turn it off, and I just want to play a video game. So I'm with you, Brody. I like the lazy man's weapons.
Okay. Yeah. I actually kind of get that.
I do get that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the reason
it's... Sorry, you go.
I was going to say, for me, it's more that just, like, I'm already so focused on, like, having to play the game in general that I don't want, like, this extra thing to have to consider.
Yeah, it's already enough of an upstart cost for me to like turn on my PlayStation and decide what to play. Which is again why I don't play like turn-based games really all that often, is because they tend to be more strategic and more like cerebral. And I get it, I totally do, just not for me. But I digress. Brody, how would you cook with
how would I cook with the turret?
Yeah.
Oh man, that is. I wrote these questions out. I didn't think of answers to them myself.
Can you like fit it with a modification that gives it one of those like 7-Eleven hot dog spinners? Hot dog. Oh my god.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, I would put
dog.
I would put the hot dogs. I would feed the hot dogs into the like the ammo cache, and then I would just stand. Dogs. Yeah, I would just stand in front of like the barrel. Like, all right, come here. Just give me all you got. Like those turrets from Spyro Reignited, where they turned them into like sausages because they didn't want it to be
glizzies.
So I have a question. Would the heat of the gun shooting cook the hot dog? So
I would hope so.
So you could just stand on the other side with a bun and just catch it.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Well, you can just like.
I mean, it wouldn't get very deep. It would be more like a sear, but.
You know that YouTube video of the hot dog shooter? The guy who sucks down the hot dog and shoots it out.
Oh yeah.
Is that okay? Oh, that's not what. That is not what I thought you meant by the hot dog shooter.
He goes like.
You were thinking something more with an MP40.
I was thinking something way darker.
Yeah, you're thinking closer to your gun than Brody.
Yes, I was. Mm-hmm.
But he was going he goes like this, and then he takes the whole hot dog in his throat, and he just goes, "Hoo!" and he shoots it out.
Yeah.
Do you think Badland Chugs could chug the hot dogs from the glizzy gun inator?
Oh, maybe actually. We should reach out.
So actually, Brody, I'm thinking about this turret thing. And I'm actually thinking.
Sorry, you go.
I'm thinking you could use it like a KitchenAid. You could probably get attachments for it and like make it like a meat grinder and a pasta maker and like yeah,
Maybe,
like you could probably like churn out some pretty big. You could probably help the guy in
If I
Pittsburgh.
put you in a meat grinder,
Well, there was a guy in Pittsburgh who was like doubling an egg every day to make pasta, and he eventually got to like 6,000 eggs or something. It was like really insane.
that had to smell terrible.
Well, no, because he was like giving it. He gave it away to like charity.
Yeah,
and he got like volunteers.
Give it away, yeah.
Yeah, like he had like the Penguins mascot come and help him for like a little bit. It was like a big thing for a while. And so Brody could use the turret in their like as they rotate to simultaneously thoop out some hot dogs, some glizzies to people, and also attach the pasta extruder so you can like get spaghetti.
Oh yeah, I mean you can also, I guess you can like almost use it, like a Play-Doh. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But this question actually evolves as we look at the different turrets across the series, because the turrets have evolved from Borderlands 1 to where they are now, because in 1 you had Roland, he had his kind of basic turret, like it wasn't that great compared to what we would get later.
Is that the guy that's being played by Kevin Hart in the movie?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Is it a movie?
I hope he has a turret. He better use a turret.
Why would he have a turret?
Because that's what Roland has.
I know, I'm joking.
And then in the second one, we have the saber turret, which, they start to like think, okay, how can we make this more dynamic? How can we add to this? And then in pre-sequel, they're just like, it's not a turret now, it's a flying drone.
I was a Necromancer player too.
Okay, so Death Trap's similar. My secondary playthrough was Death Trap because it was a very similar like set and forget
like the Titanfall
kind of
mech?
skill. No, it's a claptrap.
No, the Five Nights at Freddy's mech.
Yeah,
God.
It's
that's what I thought you were talking about was the mech.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I found that one to be a little lacking because I didn't spec into Anarchy, which is like this whole thing with like stacks and everything. And you have to like constantly be shooting and not reloading or something. I don't know. It's complicated and I didn't want to think about it. So
Does Borderlands have themes of anarchy?
Yeah,
kind of.
but
That's pretty cool.
This
more of
is
those.
specifically a
That's what
it's a
Trav
skill tree. Yeah, this is specifically a skill tree for a character. You get stacks of anarchy. That's what it's called.
Look, I mean, like I consider myself more punk than anarchy, but I mean, some of the stories can be cool.
God, but I ended up specking into my death trap just because I didn't want to think about it. But ended up being that the death trap was just useless for bosses that it couldn't target, like the raid boss in that game. It just can't target that, so it's completely useless. You're basically supposed to spec into anarchy if you're playing Necromancer, and I just did not want to do that. So I don't know. That one was lacking there. But Wilhelm in pre-sequel gets the drone, and then in Borderlands 3. What's interesting is all of the characters have basically like 3 action skills or more, depending on how you look at it. And I played Zane because Zane was the closest to having like a turret, which is you get this clone of yourself, but then you also get a flying drone. So I basically had 2 turrets out, which was cool because it was like,
to Zane.
you have these two these 2 turrets, so it's a lot more. Don't even have to think. But then you also get like upgrades where. If you can switch places with your clone at will, and you have upgrades where you can do more damage if you're moving than if you're
Shout out to your clone.
Shout out to my clone.
Why did that pop Justin? I look over and he's just like
because he's the only one who can't do it.
Can't do it.
What? Shout out to Zane?
He can't do it, dude. He can't get too
what?
close. He can't get too close to his mic.
Oh, why not?
Oh wait, that's what made him laugh? Just getting close to my mic?
I don't know.
You fool! You fell for it. I got you to do the bit. Sorry.
Dumb of ass.
Everyone else was laughing. I thought it was funny.
You're good. But no, I think that it's just been interesting to see the ways that Borderlands has evolved its like 4 basic skill sets over the course of multiple games. Like they do change it sometimes, I guess. Like you have the Gunzerker instead of the Berserker or whatever he was called in Borderlands 1.
Oh,
but
yeah, the Gunzerker.
It's this like, here's how we take this weapon and just add more to it. So you still get the satisfaction of playing that class if you like that class. There's just more to do with it, and that's cool. And to speak on how it would evolve in the cooking, I mean, if you have a clone and a drone, that's just better in the kitchen, right? Like you can just do more stuff.
If you got a clone,
That's true. You get a sous chef and another sous chef, I suppose.
Sue.
Sue.
Please don't sue the chef.
Sue. Sorry.
Sue. Yeah.
Sorry.
Man, we love.
You
Dude, no,
won't
we
get that
love to
joke.
sneak in like references to like European stuff on this American podcast, on this people of all like the
There's
North
nothing
America
American about
area.
this podcast.
Where
I mean, we're
like,
talking
because
about
I mean,
Gunzerkers over here. I don't know about
we're
you.
talking about Gunzerkers, we're talking about soccer, I talked about F1 at one point. Like we're sneaking in just references to like
Like the button on my keyboard?
yes,
Okay.
Should I press it right now and see what happens in the stream?
Yeah, let's go.
yeah, let's go. No,
God.
dude, no, you have to press what was it like Alt F3 or something?
Alt
Like, what's
F4.
the one?
Yeah,
that, like,
yeah.
Alt F4.
Don't correct him. God dang it.
Try
So
it.
I'm gonna pass it, because since we got kind of out of order, I'm gonna pass it back. Not that there was an order, but I'm gonna pass it back to Nicco.
All right.
His third and final weapon here.
All
I would
right,
say
this
let's do
is
a little
my.
bit of a quick hitters because we also
Yeah.
have the Patreon question of the week, which if you'd like to ask your own Patreon question of the week, join
Yeah,
the
we
Patreon.
can do a quick hitter. Sorry, Justin.
Do it
I
right
interrupted
now!
you. I didn't mean to interrupt Justin. He was doing a good old plug there.
I did.
But yeah, no. So I'll do a quick hitter. This is probably the most important one to me, which is this was going to be my first one, and I took it out in favor of the hydrodynamic spatula with port and starboard attachments. And it is Ludwig's Holy Blade from my favorite game, your favorite game, possibly the best game ever made, Bloodborne. That's right. We referenced earlier the canon that Brody used to do. Invasion is vile, or whatever I said. Invasion is a crime. Invading is criminal.
That's good enough.
So, yeah, Ludwig's Holy Blade, man. So look, right, you fans of this pod might notice I have 2 tattoos here, which I will explain at a later date. But I'm looking to. Well, one of them could be lame if I didn't have the story to back it up, to be honest with you. But so I'm getting Ludwig's Holy Blade on like my forearms. I'm gonna get the big sword here and the small sword here, right? Because it is Bloodborne was a very big part of my life. I've talked about this in the past. I don't think I'd be really friends with any of you. Maybe not Justin, notwithstanding.
You knew me before you played Bloodborne.
I was gonna say
so
we would be friends either way. But
I was
like,
gonna say.
I don't know that I would be friends with Trav or Brody or Sean, Kevin M, Chris, ostensibly, right? Because that game is really what got me into gaming. I didn't play video games like that until 2018, which is when I played Bloodborne. And Ludwig's Holy Blade was the first weapon that I was drawn to because it was simple, it was cool, it's big, it's a big sword. It has a big sword and a small sword, it's versatile.
Okay, I was gonna ask which one it was because I get it confused with the Moonlight.
And it looks cool. Yeah, it's not the Moonlight Blade, not the Holy Moonlight Blade.
Yeah, no, that was my go-to weapon as well, the Ludwig's Blade, because I loved that you could just, if you wanted to be big and bulky, you could do that. If you wanted to be fast and quick, you could do that.
Yeah. So
It
anyway,
was
that's
a perfect balance.
So that's the answer. Sorry, not quite as quick of a hit as I wanted it to be. So Justin, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna give a quick shout out to one genre of games that I love, which is fighting game, and I'm just gonna talk real quick about characters that have very fast disjoints. Which for those who do not know what that means, it's basically a character who has a weapon in a fighting game, which fighting games are so based on hitboxes and hurt boxes. A disjoint is a hitbox that is outside of your hurt. So normally if you put your fist out to punch somebody, you still have a hurt box on your fist. If you have a weapon, then your weapon goes past your hurt box and it is just a hitbox. Good examples of these would be Roy's pretty much entire moveset in Smash Ultimate. Roy's my favorite character in that game, and he has a sword. It's part of the reason why. Other characters in other fighting games, Ruby Rose in Billy's Blue Cross Tag Battle, Gordeau
nice.
in Under Night in Birth,
Nice.
and Baiken in Samurai Showdown and in Guilty Gear. All of them have very fast, large reaching weapons, very fast, large reaching attacks, and I like having them because it keeps me safe while continually putting pressure on my opponent.
What
I'd
was
be
the fighting
biking if
game
I
that
didn't
would
have to
have
wear a
like
helmet,
regional
so-
tournaments in the bathroom?
Melty Blood.
Oh, okay.
That was Melty Blood.
I get that in Guilty Gear mixed up.
They're
Guilty Gear.
Honestly, they were in the same like audience until Dragon Ball Fighters.
Until recently, yeah.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters brought Arc System Works into like the mainstream, and then Guilty Gear Strive was their next game that they made, and that blew up. I think Guilty Gear Strive has sold like 1 million copies, which I think they haven't sold 1 million copies in the entirety of their like history of being a series.
Yeah.
But Trav.
Hi.
What's your final one there, Trav?
Buenos. Oh, all right. Quick answer because it really only works in the game that it exists in. I'm gonna say the Half-Life 2 gravity gun.
It works well in there, and it also works well in Gary's mod.
I've only played Portal.
Yeah, I don't know what the gravity gun does.
All right.
Yeah.
So imagine being able, like, just random objects around you: soup knife, kitchen fork, bottle, can, all of that. You can hold right click at a distance. It'll come to you. Won't hurt anything on the way. You can just pull it towards you. Good for puzzle solving. Good for any of that. Hold right click longer and it's close to you. The little like fins in the front open up, and you could just hold it right in front of your gun anywhere. You can aim it, left click, bam, fire it at whatever you're at. And Half-Life 2 did this big thing where like items and things had different weight values, which other games had done, but it was more important here because depending on what you pick up as a weapon, it would do more damage to an enemy. Like you could just like straight up fire a fridge at a dude at Mach 3 because you found a fridge nearby. There's a chapter with a bunch of zombies in it. There's a bunch of saw blades from people that tried to defend themselves. You could pick up the saw blade, fire it at a zombie. It's an instant kill. It like slices them right in half. And it's just stuff like that of like every level now has its own creative uses for the gravity gun because of the environment around you. And it's one of my favorites to mess with.
So now you're looking at everything in the background to be like, all right, what can I grab with the gravity gun?
It recontextualizes how you even look at the game, and it's awesome. And I would use it in real life to do heavy lifting because I'm fat and lazy.
Nice.
I'm gonna throw a final question, and all three of you can answer it based on this third weapon you just said if you want to.
Did you not have a last one, Brody?
Oh, I do, and I'll say it in a second. But I want to ask the question: if you had to go up against this weapon in combat, how would you overcome it? So how would you fight against this weapon?
Oh, gun.
Yeah, the answer for me is projectiles because
ray gun.
Ray gun. He has it in the real world, so.
Fast disjoints are very good at keeping your opponent in check, but if you're outside of the range of those fast disjoints,
boy, I'm really glad none of us said a nuclear bomb.
Brody, is your last weapon a nuclear bomb? And if so, don't.
It's considerably.
Dude just saw Oppenheimer and has been.
God, yeah, it's actually it's the nuke from Fallout, the gun. No, it's
my God.
Yeah.
not even the mini nuke, just the nuke.
the nukes, yeah. No, it's my last one is Sly Cooper's cane from Sly Cooper, because I think it's one of those weapons that's iconic. Like
so you see steal money from people?
Yeah, you can see you see the cane, you know what it's from, and it's criminal that like a Ratchet and Clank weapon didn't get on this list. But I'm repping it with the PS2 a little bit by saying the cane here, because I think it's one of those iconic weapons that's iconic not just because it's there, but because you get so much use out of it. Like you can hit stuff with it, yeah, but you're using that for basically like a lot of your mobility. Like if you're shimmying down like a wire or something, or you're like swinging, you're also using it to pickpocket. Like it's just so woven into the fabric of how you play Sly that you can't escape it. Other weapons, you talk about Ratchet and Clank, like there's iconic weapons in that game, but you don't have to use one of them, and you can kind of gravitate to the ones that you like, and that's awesome. But with Sly, it's just like this is the one you have, and you play the game with it. It's built around this, kind of similar to how like Sekiro decided you have a weapon, you're going to use this weapon, as opposed to other games which kind of let you customize your experience a bit more. But yeah, that's my last one.
All right, so we have our Patreon question of the week. It's a lot of really cool perks for being part of the Patreon. like asking these questions every week. This one is from GamesEnlisted, also known as Stefan, from FTCR fame.
Shout out to Stefan.
Shout out to Stefan.
If you could own any piece of collectible, merchandise, media, etc. that doesn't commercially exist yet, what would it be?
The MP40.
An actual MP40. Oh my god, there were so many things that I've said they should make that into a toy, and I don't remember what they are. You guys go. I have to think about it.
For me, it would probably be some type of weaponry from Fire Emblem, because they don't make a lot of Fire Emblem merch as it is, and so I want more of it. That's really it for me.
I don't know if they've ever done like a Borderlands standee with like the turrets or whatever, but I would love that. Like genuinely, being a turret main is part of my identity. And I feel like I should reflect that somehow.
I feel that. No, I feel that 100%.
Hold on. Can I get the question phrased differently? Because I'm not sure.
If there's anything that's in media, basically that you'd like to have on your shelf as like a little collectible or something that doesn't exist already, what would you like?
Oh, okay. Don't know why I struggled with that. I really want to, what is it? A replica of the Crucible blade from Doom.
Ooh, that is a great idea. That's a
Make
great
it glow
one.
too.
That's pretty sick.
It's like a lightsaber, but a crucible shape.
Man,
Yeah,
I
like
feel
that.
like I do not remember what things I said that I said, man, they are missing out by not licensing this as like a toy or a product. I totally forget. Man, I guess it'd be like I don't know. I'll take a real life version. I'll take a real life version of like Ludwig's Holy Blade, I guess, or even a real life version of the ray gun, which I think exists, but they never like officially
like
licensed
people have
that.
made ray guns out of like metal and stuff, but
Yeah, and they've made like the Juggernog fridge, but they never like licensed the sodas out, which they should have done. They could have partnered with Mountain Dew so easily back then, and they could have made like Mountain Dew instead of Code Red, it would have been Juggernog. Instead of whatever Mountain Dew Agent Orange. Instead of Mountain Dew Agent Orange, it would be Double Tab. Instead of Mountain Dew, it'd be Speed Cola, and whatever the blue one is would be Quick Revive, right? Like just do the original, the OG4, only do it in promotional around the releases of COD. They didn't do that. They should have. That's what I would take. Yeah. Because I can't remember the actual things that I like have said it about.
no,
I'll tweet about it
Juggernog.
later.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'd drink Juggernog. Or Quick Revive.
Nice.
Does that everyone get their answer in?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
I
everybody.
think so.
All right, cool.
so.
So I think we're ready to head out, but just one last reminder, if you haven't already, to leave a like or leave a review on our podcast. You can subscribe on YouTube, again at youtube.com/CrubOfficial. You can find us at CrubOfficial everywhere except for Twitch, where you have to find us at Crub_official, because Twitch is a platform. We stream these live on Tuesdays around 7 p.m. You can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Crub, or go to crub.org for all of your Crub needs.
I have lots of Crub needs.
I also have a lot of Crub needs. But
And with that,
thank you so much for joining us on this episode. I hope you enjoyed this talk as much as I have, and we will see you at the next one. Take care, everybody.
good talk,
yeah.
fellas.
Later, guys.
Peace out, y'all.